SABIFF is the San Antonio Black International Film Festival. But we're more than a festival.
San Antonio Black International Film Festival, make some noise!
SABIFF is that light at the end of the tunnel. We're the platform that brings filmmakers together to show their diverse works. SABIFF amplifies Black stories. SABIFF portrays Black images. SABIFF presents Black voices. SABIFF presents Black perspectives. Amplify Black cinema. Black film matters. Join our movement every October in San Antonio, Texas, and online.
Ron G Morning Show, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on WSAN Radio. All right, good afternoon or good morning or whatever it is, everybody. I'm Ronald, WSAN Radio, and we have a guest that I've been telling y'all about, been bragging about for the past 2 weeks. We got Ada Babineaux, and she's with the SABIFF stands for
SABIFF.
SABIFF stands for San Antonio Black Entertainment Film Festival. It's an annual film festival held in San Antonio that showcase the works and for Black filmmakers. And it was founded by Ada in 2018.
19.
All right. And she started this just to get the voices out about Black filmmakers and Blacks in general that is out there doing things. And she is a strong advocate in supporting filmmakers of African descent. And I take my hat off to you, Ada, for doing this. When I look back at some of on how you got started, people just don't know. Why don't you tell everybody, how did you get started in doing this?
Hey, well, first of all, thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure to be on WSAN. I am actually an independent filmmaker. I was trained at Howard University in Washington, D.C., and then I got a master's degree from American University in Washington, D.C. I've worked on the Black independent film sector under the auspices of Haile Gerima, and so I'm very familiar, and who was a professor when I was in school at that time. Alonzo Crawford, Haile Gerima, Abby Ford were all professors that really turned me on into this world of filmmaking that is outside of the industry, because coming up when you are growing up and you're young and you see movies, you don't see your part in being attached to being a part of creating those movies. So to learn that there was a Black independent film movement, a Black independent film industry outside of Hollywood, and Black folks from around the world making films that are shown at festivals and shown outside of mainstream, was really a path that I was able to jump on and learn and grow and develop into. So I'm an independent filmmaker. I had the pleasure of working at Black Entertainment Television as well when I lived in Washington, D.C. for 30 some odd years. And so being in that environment of Blackness, where you can unapologetically create works and content that reflect your history, your culture, your people, is affirming to be able to do that. And it put me on the path of of just an intense appreciation for being able to be in that position, because it's an important position. It's a community service position I look at, because it is hard as hell to make a film. And I don't think people understand the nuances that are involved and what all you have to go through just to make content to present to audiences, to your people. So this film festival, starting this film festival in my hometown, after being away 30 some odd years, coming back home and starting this film festival was not only a calling, it was a necessity for me, because when I did come home, there was nothing in the film festival circuit that it was a reflection of me, of my people, of showing films that matter to us. And so it is, to me, it is a pleasure to be able to do this, but it is also hard as hell, because you're trying to get the word out. Hey, people, I got films for you to see that reflect your images, your people, your story, your narratives, and people are just walking around like you don't exist. Yeah. And so it's been a struggle for us to bring to really grow this festival in San Antonio. We are 7 years old, and I'm constantly hearing, "Oh, I didn't heard about it. Oh, I didn't know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we are here, and it's important that we are supported in order to be here, in order to remain here, in order to be sustainable. I think people have a misunderstanding about what film festivals are. As a filmmaker, we create works for audiences to see, and you will not see them on television, on the big screen. The place to see them is at film festivals. Mm-hmm. And so if you want to see alternative narratives that you don't see in the mainstream media, this is the place to come. This is the place to support. This is a place to be. It's not just a film festival. They're not just for filmmakers to come. They're for audiences to connect with filmmakers, with stories, with other creatives, actors, directors, cinematographers that you wouldn't normally have access to.
Right.
So it's an honor to be able to bring this to San Antonio. And we're just asking folks to come out to experience the impact that we have and the power that film has on people's mindset, on their brain, on their emotions, you know.
Mm-hmm. I remember growing up. Let's see, y'all gonna look at me and say, he old. Yeah, I am.
Old is a blessing.
But I remember coming up, first of all, when movies didn't have any blacks in it, and then Shaft, Superfly, and all them came out. People was drove to the movies, not because it was a movie, it's because blacks were in it. And they were drawn to go out there. Well, on the flip side, I hung around with people who had their video cameras back in the days, and they would take pictures. I mean, they would do video. We all sit back and watch it. Like we were watching our own documentary back then on things that they were doing. And one guy jumped up after one of the little short films was shown. He said, "See, the problem is," I said, I looked at him, want to know what is the problem. Like, we do things out here for our people. Our people rather flock to what Hollywood is telling we're supposed to be, and not seeing the truth right here that we're recording in your own neighborhood. So that was my introduction to independent artists right then and there, because I understood where he was coming from. But
you know what? You brought up something that's very significant in how it connects to this year's festival. Let me just say that. Okay, so when you brought up the thing about Black independent filmmaking, I mean about Hollywood's people running to the theater to see Black exploitation films. See, Hollywood owned our narrative for so long. We're even going further back. We started with Birth of a Nation, which introduced stereotypes to people about the buck, the coon, the mammy, the Jezebel. Those were introduced way back in the early 1900s when film came into existence. But when you move to the 70s, when exploitation films came out, Hollywood owned that narrative. about us being the super stud, the super, the sexy Jezebel and all of that. There were a group of filmmakers at that time in the 70s at UCLA that started making films. It was Black and Chicano filmmakers that resisted what Hollywood was putting out on the Black exploitation circuit. And they started making films about their community, about people they knew that they could touch and feel, and stories that had more of a sensitive, realistic reflection of Black people, or stories that were in protest of what was going on at the time in the 60s. And those filmmakers were called UCLA LA Rebellion filmmakers. We, this year, are honoring one of the pioneers of that festival, as well as bringing in two LA Rebellion filmmakers are coming to our festival. So we have Haile Garima and Charles Burnett, who went on to make numerous films, 15 plus films each, on just narratives that reflect things and that subject that they're passionate about doing. Charles Burnett went on to make films both inside of Hollywood and outside of Hollywood. To Sleep with Anger is a heavy film that we honored in 2020, and he was also our first Ankh Achievement Award honoree. So this year we're honoring Haile Garima. You may know him from Sankofa, but he has a Bush Mama, Harvest 3,000 Years, Ottawa. I mean, he has so many films. He's an Ethiopian filmmaker. But those two are going to be here, and it is such a pleasure to have these legendary filmmakers who have engaged in film activism, to be honoring them this year, along with Ava DuVernay at our opening red carpet reception on October the 3rd. So we hope everybody can come out and take part and experience this and see the film Sankofa, which is a film, by the way, that should be on every Black person's video, VHS, video, DVD, everybody's collection. It's like certain books you got to have in your house.
Right.
Sankofa is one of those films that you need to have in your house, that you need to share with your children, your family. And so, yeah, it is. This is such an honor for me, because I was under the tutelage of learning under him, and I had the pleasure of working on Sankofa when I was a wee 21, 22-year-old at Howard University. So I wanted to throw that out on piggybacking on the whole exploitation thing. But it's important that people come. I want churches to come, groups, activists. This film and these filmmakers, we have so much to learn from their history. So I want to say that.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. Now, how do you select films for the festival, and what qualities do you look for in submissions?
So we're an international film festival. The format that we use is called Film Freeway. So every year we have an open call, just like all other film festivals. Open call, which is put out for filmmakers all around the world to submit their works. And so we accept films up to 5 years old that are by, for, and are about people of African descent. So you can be a white filmmaker that makes a Black film subject matter that can be entered into the festival, which we've had a number of that films from around the world. They are entered by Film Freeway once we open up the panel, typically February 1st, and we run 3 to 4 months. And then we have judges that judge the panels based on a rubric from 1 to 10, judging the audio, the video, the story, the content, the music, everything. Once those judges score, we make our selections of picking the films that are going to be curated and put into the festival. So this year we have 35 films. We are limited because we only have 2 venues right now. When we first started, we had 3 different venues, and we were showing it on Friday and curating on Saturday. But we found out that we have to grow as a festival to get an audience following in order to have more than one-day screenings and more venues. Because when we first did it, the theater was empty. Friday was empty. So you got to have people that come into town that are coming for your festival, and locals that will take off and come and see during the course of all day, and in order to really be able to program more than one day of film screenings. So this year we have just two venues: the Carver Community Cultural Centers, Joe Long Auditorium, and the Little Carver Civic Center behind the Carver. Both of those screens, and we're going to be showing films simultaneously from 9 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. all day back to back. So we'll have a food truck on site. We'll have some filmmakers that are coming to town that will speak after their films. And we're showing films about all different topics all around the world. We have films on capoeira. We have LGBTQ. We have a thriller. We have films on health, on dramas, on recession, on losing your job, and on solace, on peace. We have just a potpourri of films that can connect with anybody on the various different subjects. And so you just got to find your film that you like on our website on sabiff.tv, SABIFF.tv. That's our website. And we have what we call film blocks. So you can buy your film block.
Okay.
Typically, let me explain that so people don't know film festival lingo.
I know people have been asking questions about that, and
Yes.
and I said, well, the right person will be on to explain it to you.
So when you go to a film at a theater, it's a feature-length film, and feature-length films are over an hour, 60 minutes. So you have one feature-length film that you will pay $15, $16 for to see. So when you have a film festival, you have feature-length films, which are documentaries and narratives, which are dramas, that are over an hour. That's one block. But you also have a series of short films that are put in. So we may have 5 short films, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 6 minutes, 12 minutes, put into one block, which equals an hour. So we have the short films that are combined under a theme, and you would pay for that film block, which is $10. Our blocks are $10 to see a film. You can also, as an option, buy a day pass and see films, any film you want all day. Just go between films and just see films all day. Or you can buy an all access pass. We'll give you VIP access to the entire 4-day festival. And so those are the different options that you can get at sabiff.tv. We have trailers that you can see what you want to buy, see the films, film topics that you want to buy. So I suggest folks go to sabiff.tv, click on the SABIFF 2025 that's flashing at the top of the menu. Once that drops down, you'll see film blocks, and you'll see day, schedules where you can go to day 1, day 2, day 3, and look and see what specifically you want to see. You may want to get an all access pass to see everything. You may just want to go to one block. You may just want to go for the day. So we give you a lot of different options. There's a lot going on in the 4 days that is very impactful. Our theme this year, we change themes every year. Our theme this year is action vision. We're combining activism, action, and vision together and come up with action vision. And because of I wanted to do something to that really spoke to the times that we're existing in right now, these toxic times, and how film, the power of film, can be used as a catalyst for social change. We have films inspire, they enlighten you, they educate you, they entertain you. So however you're feeling, you can find that in a film. Things that you don't know, you can find in a film. If you can't travel to Zimbabwe or Bulgaria, which we have those films in our festival, you can see that culture, those people, that history, that story on a film. And so that's what we bring to you. We have documentaries, animation, we have a musical film, music video films, we have student films, long film, short films. We have all of that that we are bringing to you, in addition to filmmakers that you'll meet, in addition to panel discussions that we have, all of that. So you have to check out the different days that are there. Day one, we open with, and I always like to keep things centered around Black business, supporting Black businesses, supporting Black voices, images, and stories. So day one, we start at the In the Eye of the Beholder art galleries, Black-owned art gallery in San Antonio, Texas, in St. Paul Square. We start there. The Film Commission has their Coffee Talk connected with their Coffee Talk is a networking session for creatives. And that's going to be combined with an opening by these two New Orleans brothers, very conscious artists out of, like I said, New Orleans, who are having their exhibit, and they're having an art talk. So we're going to be talking about activism, how activism is ingrained in art, and how that inspires and gets you to think and raises your consciousness. So Stephen and Ronald Prince will be there with their new exhibit that Maria Williams curated at In the Eye of the Beholder art gallery. That's a free event. Come on out, make your RSVP reservation so we can know who's coming, because of the small space. And so that's how we start. We start with that program. We also have connected with Melanized Media on their San Antonio Black History bus tour. So bus tours will be available for those that are coming into town and those locals who want to see the Black sides of San Antonio through a bus tour. That's available at our festival as well. And then we also are paying homage to, again, Haile Garima and Shirikiana Garima, who are like legendary filmmakers, independent filmmakers out of Washington, D.C., the makers of Sankofa. I will be leading a panel discussion, a real talk discussion with them about the power, again, of film, action vision in film, their experiences with Sankofa, the film Sankofa, which was shot on location in Ghana and Jamaica, and had to have their own distribution platform in order to get that film, that grassroots film, across the country and seen. And then it was redistributed and exhibited on Netflix the last 2 years. It just ended, their contract ended about early this year. So talking to them about Sankofa and the power of that at the Aiden Hotel, that's following in the evening after the art division. And so that's just day one. That's just day one. And so we support that. But go ahead.
Let's talk about leading up to day one. This Friday, you have a meet and greet taking place at Tank Pizza.
Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I was seeing that right there. And then you got that the pre-fest.
Yes.
Under the Stars. And that's taking place this month.
Thanks for bringing that up. We have our September happenings. We have a quarterly meet and greet, and Nicole Thrash Management, a talent agency here, produces that for us, one of our team. We meet at Tank's Pizza for our meet and greets on a quarterly basis. This Friday, October the 5th, is the 5th Friday? Yeah.
Yes.
The 5th or the 6th? Yeah, 5th. Nicole has put together, it's always a warm and welcoming time to network and meet other creatives and audience members who are just moviegoers. We show short Black independent films. We have a discussion around filmmaking, and we meet artists with the open mic meet where people come up and introduce themselves and what they do, and kind of connect people in the city. And it's really empowering. It's fun. It's during happy hour. It's supporting a Black business, 2 Black businesses. And so we invite everybody to come out on that. They're really a time where you can just unwind on a Friday and before the weekend get kicks in and chill and just meet with some just down home nice people. And so that is free. It's open to the public, 6:30 to 9:30 at Tank's Pizza on New Braunfels. We love going over there. Tanks is so warm and welcoming. The food is good, and the environment is friendly, film friendly, and food and family friendly.
Yes, it
So we
is.
invite that to come out. And then our other September happening this year, we're doing something different. You know, we usually have our cinema under the stars on Saturday after the film show. This year, we say we try having a pre-fest a weekend earlier to kind of get the word out for folks to come to the festival the next week. So we've extended the time and what we do for this one. So the pre-fest is Saturday, October 27th. You can find more information again at sabiff.tv. And we have live entertainment, we have food truck, we have vendors, and then they have that beautiful playground over there.
Yeah.
They're building a water park now, so we're going to be pushed to one side of the park instead of using the entire park. But we're going to be closer to the basketball, under the basketball area of the park. And we are having, featuring music wise, Black Cat Funk Band, which
Hmm.
just played at the Mothership Connection Festival. I just saw them
Right.
with
Yes.
April Wynn and her crew. And we have ZD Vibrations, which I love their music as well. Very soulful, bringing back the stuff that you play on the radio, Roberta Flack and Bill
Yeah.
Withers, and so he sings all that stuff. And then we're gonna have like an open, just a mini open mic poetry that or poets can sign up, and we're really looking for poetry that is, you know, revolutionary, that is that speaks to the times and what we're going through now. And you know, we have information tables by social justice information tables put up as well. And I believe the Carver Artmobile will be there as well. So we have a lot going on that day. It's a full family day. I'm excited to present a curated film called Wall Street Boy. And it's a wonderful coming of age family friend out of Kenya, Kenyan
Hmm.
director, and very universal in theme. Good film. It deals with the times, it deals with what we're dealing with. SACAM has partnered with me on this. It's a San Antonio African American Community Archive Museum. So we just invite everybody to come on out this beautiful community day in the fall and have a good time. And bring your blankets and your lawn chairs.
And you're
And
off.
and you
And don't forget you're off.
yes, hopefully it will cool down in October, no, a month
Yeah.
away. Hopefully, it's usually beautiful. And I love Lockwood Dignowity Park because when you're watching the movie, you can
Mm.
see the skyline of the city behind
Oh,
you, the downtown. It's really beautiful in the evening. It's peaceful. We had a great time last year, and I want everybody to come out and join us this year for an extended day from 3 to 11 at Lockwood Dignowity Park. Again, sabiff.tv will have all the information on the artists, on the vendors, and everything else.
you know,
So yeah.
I want to jump in and tell you something. We had somebody that's been tuning in
Mhm.
and leaving a few comments all the time, and I think they know you. I can't pronounce his first or last name, but his middle name is David from Uganda.
Huh.
They-
Oh, I know a David, but not from Uganda.
yeah, and they've been tuning in for the past 2 weeks.
Awesome.
And they always say something about you at the Black Film Festival. I said, she's got to know them.
But we international, so we're trying to get Uganda and
Yeah.
beyond.
So when I seen that, and he chimed in to me separate, he's saying, "Well, I
Uh-huh.
like what you're doing, getting the calls out there. Keep on doing what you're doing." I said, "Okay." The next day he was there again. The next day he was
Oh,
there again. So
hey,
I said, "Oh,
David.
wow!" So I just thought I'll let you know about that because you got people chiming in on your side.
But you know what? We have, it's an international festival. It's a hybrid festival. So your
Yeah.
listeners can tune in and purchase video on demand tickets, and they can watch films online.
Hmm.
And there's going to be also, we program interviews online during the festival as well that we've done that connect to our theme. So yeah, they can watch online. You know, I didn't mention our opening. So I mentioned the first day. But I want to say that on the second day, day two, which is October the 2nd, that's a really special night for us. First of all, we're doing two things. We have a matinee during the day. We always have a school matinee during the day where we invite schools to bring their students, and we curate short films around our theme, Action Vision. But also we have speakers coming in. And so we're happy to have Brightness in Black, which is part of StoryCorps, talking about reframing images. They're out of New York coming in to speak. Melanized Media, the importance of documenting your history. They're going to be talking about the power of documentation. And we have a sister, local sister, who's an activist mom and speaker, Tunette Powell. She's very powerful. She's going to be speaking as well on kind of meeting people where they are and the importance of owning your voice. And so that's going to be for the matinee. We have schools that can sign up for that at Eventbrite. We have a whole bunch of Eventbrite. We got a lot of stuff going on. So we got Eventbrite set up for everything SABIFF. So you can check it out there. But also that evening, that's our red carpet reception at the Carver Community Cultural Center. In partnership with them, we are presenting Ava DuVernay and Haile Garima with an Ankh Achievement Award. And we're bringing Charles Burnett, his comrade, who was with him as, like I said, the pioneer UCLA rebellion movement, doing his cinematography and being his TA when they were students. He's going to be here to help with that honoring of him, and his wife, Shrikiana, who's also a filmmaker. And we're showing the film Sankofa again. So I want people to really, really come out to that event. That is it's going to be such an empowering event. And then being able to speak on stage after and have a one-on-one questions with this legendary filmmaker is pretty amazing. So I do want to get the word out about that on Friday. Tickets again are on Eventbrite, but they are also regular price with no additional fees on our website at sabiff.tv.
Yeah, that's Friday.
So that's Friday. And then Saturday, I know this is a lot of information, Ron.
That's all right. Get it out there, because we have to know.
Because it's 4 days, people. It's a festival. It's 4 days. But Saturday is just powerful too. Again, I said we're curating, showcasing films all day from 9 to 6. But at 8 o'clock, we switch locations, switch gears, and we started an Ubuntu Community Award. And Ubuntu is a South African phrase, which, to paraphrase it means I am because we are. Yeah. And so we are honoring community leaders, powerful, impactful community leaders in Texas that have really functioned within our theme, Action Vision. And so we're really excited this year to honor Jasmine Crockett, who is fearless. Yeah. I love her. I love the way she speaks against all the vile that's going on in politics right now. She's a speaker of truth. We're honoring her, as well as the president and CEO of the San Antonio African American Community Archive Museum, Deborah Jarman and Alawa Jarman, and we are PD Banks from God Chasers Church, and Gracilia Sanchez from the Esperanza Peace and Justice Center. So those leaders have been doing amazing community service and upholding our images and our stories in the midst of these times and beyond, consistently beyond, fighting for justice and through their mediums. And it's an honor to be able to salute them and give them their roses in person here. And that's going to be at the Soul Cypress Hotel on the Riverwalk, the newly renovated, beautiful hotel. We're having a dinner, a gala, full gala, dinner, entertainment, and that's hosted by Keith Scott, your fellow DJ comrade Keith Scott. And so WSAN will be in house and spirit, and we're excited about that. You have to get your tickets online before the end of this month, I think by the 24th.
Okay.
We got to get the catering and all that straight, so it has to be in early.
Yes.
But yeah, that's an important night as well. And we honor filmmakers that night too. So the
Mhm.
winning filmmakers from the films in competition, the films that you see the morning of, will be honored that evening as well. And that's a real honor. That's our Academy Awards night. That's our Academy Awards night. That's SABIFF's Awards night. And
Yes.
so we present film trailers and do the awards and the band, and Kenny Keys funk fusion trio will be there playing as well. So yeah, it's going to be a big fun filled night. And so we're excited about that. And then we end just lightly on Sunday. The festival ends with just the best of show at Manu Sports Bar, where we have happy hour. People come out and drink and eat, and let's look at short films that have won in the competitions. And then that's it till next year.
Okay, which brings me to this question. What role can local businesses, organizations, and everyday San Antonians play in helping the festival thrive?
I think the biggest thing, one of the things that I'm really hell bent on is audience capacity. So we really have to build our audience capacity, and we don't have the big budgets for marketing and all of that. So it's important for sponsorship by local businesses, by corporations, to take part in helping with the growth and development of all the impactful things that we do. So sponsorship is key, and that helps to build capacity. It helps to help us with marketing. And I mean, we don't get paid. We are all volunteer, passionate about what we do, committed to what we do. And so, being able to help us build capacity internally, but also audience capacity and sponsorship. I mean, you hear on the radio, so and so sponsored this, they sponsor Cinema Tuesday and this and that. We need that type of sponsorship. We want to sponsors to sponsor our children's, kids coming out to the awards thing, for kids to, like EYCCP kids, for them to experience being at an award show, where filmmakers are given awards. Being in that environment is important. So sponsors can buy tables. Even now, you can buy a table for kids or for your organization people to come and experience that. We're grateful for the small sponsorships that we do have, but we need to grow that sponsorship level. We have HEB helping here. We have San Antonio Area Foundation grant, and from the San Antonio Film Commission grant. But we really operate on a bare budget for champagne activities and tastes that we have to put on these 4-day festivals. So we always in need of sponsorship, volunteers, an audience that just come, just come. And experience. Impact and experience are two things that I am very heavily committed to. Giving a positive experience and having a big impact by what we're presenting, because it's done with love, it's done with a lot of thought, compassion, to curate these events for people to learn, grow, and develop as they are entertained and also enlightened.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's time to ask one final question.
What's that?
That question is, people getting a hold of you, what they can do right now, today. And I know you have deadlines for everything. So let everybody know, you already said your needs and your wants. Let's put that in perspective. Exactly. When people do things for you, in other words, what do you want? What do you want from everyday people out there right now? I know you look for sponsors and stuff, but people in general, what are you looking for?
You know what? You're so sweet. I love you asking that question. One thing I do want to offer your listeners some tickets. We can give away some tickets, Ron. So
That's
I don't know how
right.
you
We
want to
still
set that
have
up.
that.
I don't know how you want to set that up. We can give away some tickets to the opening night reception to see Sankofa Haile Gerima Eva DuVernay Awards We can give away tickets for that. We can give away 4 tickets for that, and we can give away 4 tickets for Saturday's movie uh, um, from 9 to 6:45 at the Carver. So I don't know how you want to set that up, but I'm open to that. We can put them on will call if you get some names calling in. So,
Yeah.
one of the things that I envision, I mean, like I said, I'm an independent filmmaker. I've grown up loving my people, loving culture, loving my history. So I was always drawn to reading Black books, to seeing Black films where we're not dying in the end before the end comes. Where the scary movies, Black folks die first.
Yeah.
I've always been just immersed in my people, my culture, my history, and I just envision people coming into the fold, getting out of their boxes to think beyond their worlds and expand to experiencing something new, something different that speaks to your culture, that embodies and highlights and magnifies your images, that embraces your stories. All of those things are so important to me. For people, it's like you want to get on a soapbox in the middle of the street and come, come.
Yeah.
But people seem like it appears that a lot of people are just complacent with what they see. They don't want to learn more. They don't want to just stay in their boxes, stay in the neighborhood. This is a Black International Film Festival. It is not a festival that is just for Black people. You can come if you're Hispanic. You can come if you're German. You can come if you're Portuguese or Japanese or Asian or whatever. You can come to our festival. You can learn about the people that you don't interact with, maybe on your level. I don't know. You may have that one Black friend, but you can learn about other cultures.
Right.
You can learn about stories that are universal. You can see images, the talent that we have on the screen, as well as those making these films, is just excellence. It's Black excellence. We choose Black excellence in what we try to program for you. So I envision just people just coming. One day I want to just wake up and we have a full audience of 600 people filling up the Carver Community Cultural Center. Where we can program beyond one day of films, where we can program 2 days of films, where we have travel groups from around the world that are coming to San Antonio's East Side, mind you, because it's important for me to develop this film festival on the East Side, where I was born and bred, on the East Side, which is stereotyped and given a bad name because of the history of it being a Black community. We want to surpass all of those stereotypes and have people embrace what we are doing and find importance and relevance in the power of film and what it can do to advance, to expose, to educate, to entertain people that may not be able to show their works on big outlets that are in your face with the massive commercial marketing budgets. We don't have all that. We grassroots, we still put out excellent products. In this time where our history is at assault, it is being assaulted. Our education, African American studies, DEI, anything Black and relevant, our history is being underturned, lied about. You have to come to places that embrace you, that love you, that give a shit about what is being said and being done about your people. And that's what we as a festival seek to bring you, those type of impact, those type of experiences where you can get the love, the exposure outside of what the world is pushing in your face. That's maybe vile and insensitive and stereotypical. So we fight against those things, and so that's a wish. I mean, I just came from a family reunion in Lake Charles, Louisiana, where 370 Babineaux graced us with their presence. And the hunger of people wanting to just connect as family and find out who they are was there.
Mm-hmm.
Was there. So I want a hunger of people to want to see Black history, to want to experience Black films that are universal. I keep saying that because stories are universal. You know, the images in the stories may not be according to, you know, your mentality, but stories are universal. And so, you know, I just want people to come into the fold to experience the impact of what we offer.
You know, I want to piggyback on something you just said. It's the best way to know about Black culture and history, written and filmed by Blacks. The reason why I'm saying that, if you let somebody outside of our Blackness to tell the story, they'll tell the story on how they see it and having lived it. And that is so different, because they could come up with something, well, this is what I thought it'd be like. You have never walked in our shoes, so how can you say we're like this? Matter of fact, I got into a discussion with somebody the other day. He said, well, what y'all need to do is pull your bootstraps up and get out there. I said, that's a good point. But there's one problem. I said, what's that? We don't have any boots. He just looked at me, what do you mean by that? How can you pull your bootstraps up when you don't own a pair of boots? And he just looked at me and walked away.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, some Black festivals don't allow white directors and white writers in, but we do. But if it's not a film of the caliber that we project, it won't get in the festival. It won't be seen. So there are some, a lot of them come from international from France and whatever. But we have this one film called, it's about it's called Ain't No Back to a Merry-Go-Round. And it deals with how Howard University students and people in Maryland, Glen Echoes, Maryland, integrated a merry-go-round, an amusement park. And I didn't know that history. And so I learned from that film that was well researched. That's Kwame Toure in it, and Black leaders in it that fought for this amusement park in Glenarden, Maryland, and Howard University students were central to that. So things like that. It's things like that. I'm educated all the time by movies. It's like, I didn't know that. And so it has to be well done, well researched, and it has to elevate us in some kind of way, you know, to be in our festival.
Wow. All right, young lady, we go on and on, but we're gonna call this a stopping point right here. But
I appreciate you.
I want to say thank you for coming on board, and just thank you sharing some of the things that you did to build up where you're at right now. So now everybody know what blocks are.
They do now. They should now.
And so it should be no other questions asked about that.
Yes.
So
just go to the website, SABIFF.tv, SABIFF.tv, which is our acronym for San Antonio Black International Film Festival. So go to the website, SABIFF.tv, check out the trailers, the event schedules, the venues, the filmmakers' bios, synopsises on the film, everything, and tickets.
I'll get together with you next week and how we're gonna do the tickets. I think will call is about the best way to do it.
Yeah.
So I'll come up with something to start giving away tickets. I already told everybody I'm giving away tickets. They said, how can I win? You gotta listen.
That's right.
Listen.
WSAN, baby.
And you will win some tickets. So
yeah.
All right, we appreciate you, and God bless you, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much, Ron. I appreciate this time.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to WSAN Radio. Catch us on our YouTube channel, WSAN Radio SA. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button.